Good evening and welcome to another review of a past session from 40 Days Ministries. This one is our sixth in the Antichrist series. This was done on December 8th, 2023. It was our 121st session of documented messages. We are today on August 20th, 2025. Yesterday, on that day, yesterday, I said we were ending the Antichrist series, but that's not happening today. New discoveries in the Word, new to me, not to the whole world, so relax. Because here's a small message: we don't get new revelations, plural. The Bible is one revelation of God's love, God's favor to an undeserving race of people called humans. Sorry. And the book of the Bible, the last book of the Bible is Revelation, singular. Okay? So new discoveries in the Word to me gave a little fuel for more discussion as the meeting progressed live and further material was found. Based on the ram and the goat prophecy, we'll recognize the impending arrival of the Antichrist by looking for one nation, a male goat, under a prominent leader, bighorn, that speedily shoots up and overtakes another powerful pair. That would be a pair of nations, most likely, which would be the two-horned ram. The speedy conqueror nation, male goat, will have four leaders after the large horn dies, and from one of them the Antichrist will emerge. This is just like Medo-Persia and Greece. If he's coming right within the next decade or so, he's already born and may be visible in global business or global politics. Here comes a piece. What will we have to do if we are here for the Great Tribulation? Matthew 24:15-22 says, "So when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by the prophet Daniel standing in the holy place," let the reader understand, "then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let the one who is on the housetop not go down to take what is in his house, and let the one who is in the field not turn back to take his cloak. And alas for women who are pregnant, and for those who are nursing infants in those days. Pray that your flight may not be in winter or on a Sabbath, for then there will be great tribulation, such as has not been from the beginning of the world until now, no, and never will be. And if those days had not been cut short, no human being would be saved. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be cut short." This is Jesus' words here. Jesus is talking about the end. He's telling us here that the Antichrist will start the Great Tribulation with the setting up of the abomination that causes desolation. When you see it standing in the holy place, flee. In that time to come, it's not happened yet. People are told by Jesus to flee immediately and hide. There isn't any instruction to pray and then flee. There is no gather something, grab you this, grab that, and flee. It's flee. This time will be so swift and so bad that all we can do is run. The instruction was for the people in Judea. So it means the Israelites will be specially sought out to torment. There is nothing that a person can do to avoid persecution. This, of course, ties in with Revelation 13:7, where we are told that the beast is given power to conquer. Conquer. You can't beat him. He'll be beating you. He'll persecute, and this description supports what we've seen before. It will be unequaled persecution. Assyrians were bad. Babylonians were bad. Romans were bad. Hitler was bad. Palestinian supporters are bad. However, in terms of persecuting Israel. However, the Antichrist and his system will be far worse. If you can read some stories of how bad it was during Roman destruction of Jerusalem, during Titus and his invasion, or of the horrors of the Nazis, you'd think how much worse can it get, but the devil wants to torture God's people. Sadly for the devil, though, it's all accounted for. It's part of God's plan, so the devil isn't actually doing anything. He's not hurting us or hurting God in a way that was not expected. And God is allowing this to happen for the fullness of his plan. Remember, the voices, the voices under the altar will be crying out. This is the fifth seal, I believe. The voices will be crying out, how long, how long? And they will be responded to with, when your number is complete. So torment has to happen, and a certain number of people have to be killed for Jesus. We throw back here to the stone that breaks the statue in Nebuchadnezzar's dream. There was a reference in Antichrist lesson 2 to his kingdom, the Antichrist kingdom, in Daniel chapter 2. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it is the Antichrist's kingdom that is recognized as the feet. And as you saw the feet and toes, partly of potter's clay and partly of iron, it shall be a divided kingdom, with the firmness of iron and mixed with soft clay. Toes were partly of iron, partly clay. So the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly brittle. They will not hold together. And in the days of those kings, the God of heaven, those kings, how many toes would a human statue have? 10. 10 kings, 10 horns. The beast out of the sea will have 10 horns. In those days, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom that shall never be destroyed, nor shall the kingdom be left to another people. It shall break in pieces all those kingdoms and bring them to an end, and it shall stand forever. Just as you saw that a stone was cut from a mountain by no human hand, and that it broke in pieces the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold, a great God has made known to the king what shall be after this. The dream is certain, and its interpretation sure. This stone, this has to change, guys. This stone is not the Antichrist. The stone that destroys all the earthly kingdoms. All right. We are closing off this session, but let me just get the Cooper's Corner here. Give praise to the Lord of hope, so he can fill you with his joy and peace. Rejoice and be glad in him now and always. So to people who are watching on YouTube and or Facebook, we're closing off. This was session number 121 and Antichrist lesson number 6. We'll be trying to do a recording for Antichrist number 7 next. Hopefully we'll have that up for you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you again.